Hello and welcome to my new tutorial series called the Tech Tip series. These are tips, tricks, lessons, ideas, whatever you want to call them, all for designing high-tech and sci-fi hardware, whether it's mech suits, robots, futuristic weapons, devices, hardware, or just any kind of hard surface concepts you might have. Doesn't really matter. I'm really excited about this series. It's something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I have big plans for it. I'd like to flesh out the essentials or beginner series and move into the intermediate and finally the advanced. So there's lots more of these that I want to do. The philosophy here is that these are not for 2D concept artists. These are design kind of ideas and techniques that I use that you can use whether you're modeling, painting, sculpting, painting over 3D. It doesn't matter. It's all of the above apply to these because they are ideas and they are techniques for forming designs. I don't care how you're doing that. It's hopefully you can apply it no matter what techniques or mediums you're using. One of the philosophies behind this series is that they are all the lessons or tips, whatever you call them, are they are simple, short, and easy to digest. I really want to present one idea at a time so that once you've ingested them or you've learned about them, they're meant to be used in conjunction with each other and with others, down the line as you're designing and you're getting used to working this way. So with that said, let's jump in and I'll give a really brief overview to the first three lessons that you're going to check out here. The first one is, I'm calling it combining shapes. And another way to put it is combining simple shapes to get complicated shapes. And we'll get into that. It's one of the first ideas I have for taking away any intimidating or kind of fearful notions around trying to design really complicated and mechanical shapes. The second one is subtracting or removing. There's a lot of reasons I like this one, but simply put, it's just to introduce the idea of subtracting shapes from others to make them either more complicated or appear more functional or what have you. Third is subdividing or subdivision of your shapes, and this is a very general concept, but it's one that I use all the time, and that is that I often subdivide my shapes in various different ways so that they don't appear too geometric or too simple when I'm drawing or designing mechanical inventions. Oftentimes I see sci-fi designs or whatever it may be, vehicles, it doesn't really matter, that sometimes things are left a little too plain because people tend to think, it's a machine, there are simple parts on it. Well, yes, there are, and there's definitely time to let a design breathe, but with that said, I introduce the idea of subdividing your shapes so that you can either make things more convincing or more intricate where need be. And lastly, of course, I'll have a demo. I don't go through every single brush stroke, but I go through my steps from block out to sketch and refining the sketch to the final, and talk about how all these ideas apply when I'm doing a design like the one you see there in the lower right. So I think that's it. I just wanted to explain a few things about the series because this is the first video and the first release rather, and I'm really excited. So Ultimately, my hope is that you get something from these, you learn from them, and even if they seem a little basic or fundamental at first, I'd ask that you remember this is the Essentials series, and these techniques or ideas are really meant to be used in conjunction with each other, and they're meant to help you get past stumbling, difficult spots or barriers, and just be able to attack your designs and have fun with them. All right, thank you so much for checking out this video, and let's get started.